Giống như là ba mươi bên cái này. Giống ba mươi, không có trăm mấy ba phần này. Cảm ơn nha. Hai cao bao nhiêu? Ba cao bao nhiêu? Bị ba mươi cái đấy. Em bóc up. Em có one other thing where I didn't want to. I woke up and I didn't want to wake up. I woke up, I opened my eyes, and I said 10 more minutes. And then the 10 more minutes became 1 hour. It became an entire hour. Can you believe that? I was so sleepy all day. How was everyone else this morning? Did everyone have a good morning? Ebimane needed one. I took a melatonin. I had my melatonin today. And because I had my melatonin, I think I slept a little bit longer than I needed to. I told you, I want to today. Happy that deal. I'm so tiny today. Let me become not tiny anymore. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. How's everyone doing today, though? I have, once again, as every Monday morning always goes, I have topics of discussion for us. I have my cards out today this morning. Hope that everyone have a good morning. I have my coffee with me. My night coffee with me. It's pretty yummy today. It's just a mocha latte. Just a mocha latte. Something simple. Nice. To start the morning. I've been very much into cafe mochas lately. Do you know how we all went? He probably still asleep. We both probably still asleep. So, don't really, you don't have to worry about me. We wanted to sleep. I promise you'll be awake later. Maybe. What that man does isn't any of my business. Unless we're on the clock. And if we're on the clock, then it's my business. But I don't really care what he does otherwise. He needs to get his act together. Anyway. So. Sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of him. Okay. Our first topic is, for today's Every Monday Mornings, where we talk about topics to get to know one another. Our first topic is... Oh no. Oh no. Our first topic is exercise. Does anybody here exercise? I don't know how to exercise. When I was younger, and we didn't really, I mean, we had the gym class and things like that, so I would sometimes do the gym class, but it would never really be anything special. I would just do my class. Don't exercise, but I said that probably me too. I should probably also exercise. Yoga. I've never done a yoga. I always worry that sometimes, because whenever he sometimes exercise and stuff, and exercise every Friday. That's pretty good of you, actually. We were used to exercise a whole lot, but now he's he's kind of out of practice. Thank you so much for the hearty talk. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. We were used to exercise a lot, but he doesn't really do that anymore. I don't really know why he doesn't do that anymore. I think he's just lazy. And I would exercise, but the problem is that all the exercise equipment is a lot bigger than I am. A lot bigger. They don't really make exercise equipment that's the size for like kids. They don't really do like a treadmill for kids. And so the treadmill handles are like too high for me. I can't really like reach those. You know, it's kind of difficult for me to reach those. So I don't really like that. We're so nice to let you steam on his account. Well, he doesn't really have a choice. Doesn't really have a say in the matter. So I just kind of do it. Anyways. You know, in fact, it was even his idea to let me take over on Sunday mornings. To start out the day good. Exercise, yeah, I don't really like exercise. Sometimes I'll do like a cardio, but that's only because I'm going out on like a hike. So it's like technically already like a exercise, but I'm just walking in the park. So it's a little bit different than just like a normal, exercise. But maybe that is maybe at the core of it, walking around in the park is the ultimate exercise of all time. You know, maybe that's the ultimate exercise because the original exercise because everybody in all walks of life, all parts of history, have always been attracted to going to the park. It's a very appealing thing to do. So maybe everybody's always been a professional exerciser because they go to the park. You know, around my last year of high school, I took a sports performance class because I needed the credits. Oh, sports performance. What was sports performance? What would that necessarily mean? Sports performance? Is that like a dance class or like a gymnastics, some type of rhythmic like gymnastics? What was sports performance? I was kind of always a bit bad at sports. I think that I would like to get into one day badminton. Maybe, perhaps, cricket or curling. I've tried curling a couple of times. Oh, bowling's not bad for me. I'm pretty good at bowling, actually. It's pretty easy for me to roll a ball. But bowling really counts as like a sport. I mean, it's a sport, but is it like it's not really like a big active type of a sport, you know? So, I mean, I don't really think that necessarily counts as like as an exercise. It's just a sport, you know. I'm not very good at that either. It does feel good to be active though. Sometimes whenever you're not, if you're like Ebimane, your body is gonna start to hurt all the time if you're not very active. So I think that maybe soon I need to start forcing Weewo and myself to be a little bit more active sometimes. But I get too caught up in some of my other hobbies. I get too busy. And I know that he got busy too, so it's a bit difficult. Just did exercises. Oh, just exercise class. Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's like those exercise classes that they have in like the 80s movies. Like, what was that? What, like, the jazzercise type things. Really not jazzercise, no. I like jazz, though. Okay, let's find out what our next topic should be for the day. Exercise, not a very fun topic, I don't think. Exercise is kind of a scary topic. That was a bad one. Okay, let's see. Our next topic is... Oh, very interesting. This is something that Ebimane actually really likes. Our next topic is going to be photography. So guys like photography. Have you ever taken a photography... Now on the topic of classes, have you ever had a photography class? I have taken lots of photography classes in my time. I've had a lot of camera in my time. I prefer a Nikon camera versus a Canon camera. I don't really know why. I think that most people, general public, really actually like the Canon camera more than the Nikon camera. But I actually really like the Nikon camera. I've always had a Nikon camera. Well, not always. In my youth, sometimes when I was just getting started, the film cameras that I had were not actually Nikon ones. They were obviously just like some off-brand ones. But I really didn't mind those either. They were quite nice. I don't remember what my very first one was. It was a 35mm one, though. I really do like doing the film photography more than the digital photography. DSLRs are very fun. And I like that I can upload them onto my computer really fast. But I really like the Red Room type stuff that I can do with my photography. Film photography, you know? Coming now, welcome. We're talking about photography. It's nice to see you this morning. Never had a proper camera. The only nice pictures I've taken is also captured with my phone. You know though, phone cameras are actually really nice recently. They're really nice quality. So I know how some people just use their phones for their entire photography business. I'm like, that's crazy. I've never even thought about doing something like that. The boys are killing me. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is there something wrong with my boy? I did talk like this. We're talking about photography. Yeah, I just am accent. I can talk in shrimp, but you guys don't speak shrimp, so you guys wouldn't understand. If I talked in just shrimp the whole time. I can give you a little sample, though. Tell me what I said. You probably don't even know. You probably don't even know. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't expect you to know. But if I talk like that the whole time, then you guys aren't gonna understand anything that I say. So I'm sorry that my accent's kind of bad. But we are talking, coming now, something, yeah, well, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not the... Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? You know though, I have been asking Evo because he talk about this kind of thing a lot. He talked about this thing a lot. And, Yowie. And I always ask him, you seem very passionate about it. You should recommend me one, but he never recommend me one because I think he's embarrassed to let me know that he read Boy Kiss. But I already know that he read Boy Kiss. I already know that that's what he does. So I don't know why he's embarrassed. I just want to know kind of a little bit like what he's seeing. All of the manga that I read has nothing to do with the boys. They're just they're kind of quintessential type things, I don't read anything very new. The newest thing that I think I've read, oh my goodness, the newest manga that I think I've read. Let me think. The newest one, maybe. Aria? Then that's not even all that new. That's still kind of old. When Aria come out? When did Aria come out? Oh, hold on, let me type it. Okay. Sorry, I can't reach the keyboard. Okay. The next, I. Okay. Hold on. I gotta reach the A again. It's like on the opposite side of the I, so A. Okay, space. Sorry, my hands are really short. Where's the G? Manga. Enter. Okay, the manga came out in when year? 2002. No, 2001. 2001, I think, is when the newest manga that I had read was. So I'm kind of behind on things. I'm a little bit because I'm so old now. I'm a little bit picky. But Aria was the last one that I probably read. I think that the story was actually really beautiful. It's kind of like a Iyashike type anime. Do you guys know Iyashike? We all have to learn that there's nothing embarrassed without liking BL. I think that he's not embarrassed talking about it with me because I'm like his manager. So I don't think that talking about that kind of stuff is kind of usual with your manager, but I don't mind it. Like, if that's what makes him happy, I'm happy to hang out and listen to it, I won't judge him. I think he's scared about that, though. About his manager judging him for liking, men. I don't care. It's easy to tell. Yeah, Aria, it's like a Iyashike type anime. Know the term? I don't know if I've watched anything with it. Oh, so Iyashike is like a healing type of series. So most of the time it's like series that like a lot of the times will make you just feel really cozy. Kind of like you're stepping away from like the real world and you're into a new society where everything is nice and calm and not stressful at all. So, for example, I think My Neighbor Totoro. That could be an Iyatsuke. Yuru Camp. That's an Iyatsuke. What else? What else? There's a video game. A video game for PlayStation called Boku no Natsume. That's a really good Iyatsuke type anime. They almost make you feel nostalgic for something that you've never really even experienced, or nostalgic for a life that you have never experienced yourself. Sometimes people think that it's kind of a bit of a boring type of anime genre, but I actually quite like it. It's quite lovely. A lot of slice of life fall under the category. Sometimes slice of life can fall under the category. I don't think that Iyatsuke necessarily is rooted in the idea of it having to be funny. I think that that's where a lot of the differences between Iyatsuke and just like a slice of life funny type show. Because Iyatsuke doesn't have to be funny. It's nice if there's a couple of laughs, but it's not focused on just doing that for you. You know, it's more focused on making you feel calm. I think that there's also a lot of like gourmet type shows. You know, I mean, naturally, I think that there's some slice of life and gourmet things that have a lot of overlap with Iyatsuke. But it's a little bit different. Whenever you watch it, you'll be able to feel the difference, I think. With a deep inside of your soul. So I really like Iyatsuke. If you are interested in Iyatsuke Pepper, I think that there is one. Oh, hold on, let me type it. Oh no, this might be a little bit difficult. It's a long name. Okay, I'm gonna type it. What was the name? What was the name we were like? What was the name? The show? The show? It, your, where's the Y? Oh, there's the Y. O, R, enter. No search for doors. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna copy paste this. Oh, I typoed. Where the frickin' did I make this up in my brain? Where the frickin' anime? Oh, keyboard, my behind it. Oh, hi there, Bacon. Welcome to Dang. How are you? I'm trying to type on the keyboard, but my arms are too short. Okay. Yotsuino Biori. Yotsuino Biori is the anime name. There's also a live action. Pretty good. Pretty good. Really, really cute boys. And then also, they're in like a cafe. I recommend it. I think that you can watch it anywhere. What about cute boys? The anime Yotsuino Biori. Rokuhodo Yotsuino Biori. Really cute. How are you doing today, Mikaya? I'm glad that you're doing well as well, Bacon. We're talking about, well, really, we were supposed to be talking about photography, but I got sidetracked. The voice I can also get. Thank you. Somebody liked my voice a little bit. I'll put you there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, but I recommend Rokuhodo Yotsuino Biori. I think that yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. There's this one character I think that Pepper would really like. He's a little bit cuter. They changed him up a little bit in the drama series. So he's a little bit cuter in the drama series than the actual anime. But his name's Tsubaki. I think you like it. Cuter than we were, right? Well, I can't say that because I'm his manager and I'm supposed to help promote him. but, well, maybe a little bit. I think maybe a little bit. Anyway. And let's find out a new topic to discuss. I know that we kind of paled at the photography. Let's see. Let's go through our cards. Our cards. And the next topic that the cards say that we need to discuss is Arab. Arab? I mean, have you guys ever even been to Arab? I've been to Europe, but I don't know if everybody else in the whole entire world have been to Europe. The topic, I don't know what to be very applicable. If you could go to anywhere, Europe, though, where would you go? I've never been. I've only been to the Netherlands and Denmark, Germany. Well, have I been? About to where else have I been? Germany, Netherlands. I think that's it. Oh no, I topped in the UK for a very quick second. But I don't. The United Kingdom count as Europe. I would go to Africa. Find a toy. That's not Europe. I do have Bee Expo though, in Europe, and that's like the European VTuber convention. I think that would be really fun to go there too. Yeah, I want to hear everybody's silly accents. Maybe I wouldn't feel so alone there. Maybe not. Maybe there'll be another trip, but I don't actually know. It's all the way across the globe. Bee Expo, yeah, that's happening very soon, right? I think so. I think that happens soon. Yeah, Europe would nice. I really want to go to Finland next. Finland would be really nice to see, but the thing is, I think that if I ever went to Finland, I wouldn't want to come back. Maybe Switzerland. Switzerland sounds really nice too. But I really just want to go to Finland because there's so many illustrators and artists that I like from Finland. I also have a lot of friends from Finland. And just in Sweden because I'm an OG. That makes a lot of sense. Sweden seems really nice too. You know, I had a relative of mine that used to live in Sweden. Long time. Sweden, well, have you been to Kenya? Have you been to Sweden? I don't really want to go to Norway. Norway would be really nice. I feel like I see a lot of things about the flowers in Norway. It looks really beautiful. I'd like to see it one day. But I've never been. Never had the opportunity. Germany was really nice though. Despite everything, Germany is pretty nice. I only went to the popular area, so I was only in Berlin. But I think I was really enjoying going to overall Germany. I want to go to the countryside. I visited Japan whenever I went to Germany. And she went from the countryside. And I was almost like, maybe I should have just gone to her rather than have her come to me. But you know, I was coming from a long distance away anyway, so she only thought that was right. But I thought that the countryside would be a lot nicer in Germany. The architecture would be a lot nicer. Maybe one day I'll just go for fun. I've never really been on like a trip for fun for a really long time. Maybe one day I'll treat myself. We'll do one more topic. I want to go to Germany to see Tay. That would be so fun to see Tay. Tay is so nice. She's so cute. That'd be so nice to meet other friends that you have around the earth. Isn't that funny? How you can just meet people from all around the globe and then have friends from every single part of the globe. It makes you feel not as alone anymore. That's very special. Sometimes I don't prescribe to the concept of internet. But because of things like that, I prescribe to the concept of the internet. And really, that will bring people together sometimes. I think that's really special. Okay. Our next topic is going to be Next topic is the radio. Do people even listen to the radio anymore? I listen to radio. Sometimes I like to download app on my phone. And I'll download different radios. And everything that's very true. Everything is like a subscription service now. But there's a little bit of fun in listening to a radio and finding new music that way. Music that's just curated by someone. I think that would be a really fun type of a job to do one day. Spread your music with everyone that you know far and wide. I know I listen to a lot of music. But the thing is, I don't really like my local radios because I've noticed a lot of local radios that will have the same music all the time, every day. It's like that. If I listen to it for hours and hours and hours and hours, the same station, I would hear the same song at least 7 times, like once every other hour. Why? And they're already really popular type things. So I'm I don't really. But the thing is, with the radio, I like listening to the talk bits in between. It's like a fun mix of the podcast, but also of it's a podcast, but it's also the music at the same time. It's an ultimate auto shuffle. So I kind of like the concept of the radio, but they just don't do it good anymore. There's a local channel here that play rock music. And sometimes I get really excited, so I'll turn it on my little car. And I'll listen to it, and I'm like, yeah. And sometimes I'll just listen to the same stuff that I grew up listening to. And I'm like, okay. But there's nothing else beyond that. It's all the same music. And what's the meaning of all of that? The same music. How are you supposed to keep people engaged if you're just playing the same thing all the time? What's the versatility? No versatility. I'm sorry. That's saying that I just don't want to listen to Imagine Dragons all day long. If you're a rock station, why aren't you playing I don't know, local rock bands? Or up-and-coming bands? There's so many bands out there in the world that want to be heard. And you're playing Imagine Dragons for the 5th time? In 2 hours? What's the meaning of that? Do we see nothing wrong with that? Surely it's harder to get the rights to play big music like that rather than smaller artists. I'm sure smaller artists would love to be heard on the radio. They probably love to be heard on the radio and would love for the music to get heard more. By people just chilling in their cars, stuck in traffic. I don't understand. Watch videos of people restoring old radio from the 1900s, play old music for the authentic Well, really? If you ever run across them again, you should post them in Otoha Weaver's Discord server. I think that sounds like something he will really like. I also like watching restoration videos, but I've only ever come across the restoration videos where they're the stuffed animal restorations. Or people find the old stuffed animals, or people send in their old stuffed animals and they restore them to their once good, loved state. It's quite lovely. Sometimes I always want to think about doing things like that with my old stuffed animals. Maybe one day, if I love them too hard one day. I think that they are perfect how they are though, but maybe I'll consider doing it one day. I just don't know. I just don't know yet. I also don't like the concept of having to part with one of my stuffed animals or mail it out where I can't see them. What happens if they get lost in the mail? Now, devastating. I'd have to go to a shop, but I don't think that people actually have shops to do that kind of thing. I've seen people do doll shops where you can get your dolls restored, but not really stuffed animals. I've never seen that before in my life. So, yeah. I'm interested in the radio, but I wish that the people that were doing the radio nowadays weren't as crummy. But I also know, I've heard some people saying that if you live into an area that has a lot of colleges and stuff, a lot of college radios are actually where it's at. The college kids will sit there and curate very interesting music and interesting topics and stuff at the radio. But I don't really live close enough to a local college to find out that stuff. So I can't really do that. What the way that you say radio, thank you. Hello, Yang, how are you today? Good every morning. Good every morning. I watched a video about reality TV. And the first reality TV was a radio show. Hey, wow, really? The first one was a radio show. What did they do on there? Did they just talk? Did they throw them into situations that they didn't want to be in? How interesting. How interesting. I would like to learn about that more too. How interesting. I know that they would do like talent competitions on the radio and stuff too. And I'm like, how do you do some of these things on the radio? It's so talented and so innovative. Well, everybody has been stretched out and all ready for the morning. We've been here for 30 minutes. You know, everybody can't go on as long as Otto how Rio can. He can go on for a really long time. I'm not as well adjusted to this type of thing. So, Ebimane will wrap up our Ebimane mornings today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with Ebimane today. At the birthday, and always, I'm gonna be here on not tomorrow. That'll be silly. Next Sunday, same time, same place. We'll have coffee together, and we're gonna just warm up for the morning. Ocho Ebi, Ocho Kami, Ocho Kami, Ocho Ebi. Thank you all so much for being with Epic today. And I will see you guys next Sunday. We are streaming on YouTube today this afternoon. So please go hang out with him. And I will see you guys next time. Ocho Ebi!